Good day, everyone. I'm Christian Suing, and in today's video, I will be presenting to you the different labeling requirements, materials, and parts of a pharmaceutical product. To start off, in the Philippines, we follow a law that mandates the labeling of a pharmaceutical product, which is the Administrative Order number 55 that says, it is required that the generic name shall be the one with the highest point size among the printed elements of the label, printed in full and enclosed exclusively by an outlined box. If the product is identified by a brand name, shall be 1 point size bigger but in the same typeface, font, and color as the brand name and shall appear immediately above the latter. Moving on to the next slides, we all know that there are many jargons in our given topic. For you to understand our concept better, here are the definition of terms to guide you in learning. First is the labeling materials, which is described as the label on the immediate container and other printed materials that are made available with the product at the time of purchase and/or where the product is used, such as wrapper cartons, leaflet, package insert accompanying the product, which provide the accurate and necessary detailed information for the identification and proper use of the product. Here I have the immediate container of a antibiotic. Here is a leaflet. And here we have the box or the container. Next is the brand name. Brand name is the proprietary or trade name assigned to the product by the drug establishment. And the generic name, which is the identification of drugs and medicines by their scientifically and internationally recognized active ingredients determined by the FDA. As you can see in the screen, the one enclosed in the box is the generic name, while the word Axmel is the brand name. We should always remember that the drug establishment or the company that founded the drug are the ones who gave the brand name, while the generic name, this was given by the FDA. Next, we can see here the pharmacology category. This is the classification of the product based on its therapeutic action as specified in the product registration. These are some pharmacology category: antipyretic, analgesic, antibiotic, and many more. In the given example, we have here an antibacterial or antibiotic, penicillin. Next is the formulation. These are the names and amounts of active medicinal ingredients per dosage unit expressed in the metric system. In our example, says here, each 5 ml or 1 teaspoonful of reconstituted suspension contains amoxicillin. Next is the indication, which says the approved clinical use. The example we have here, for the treatment of infections caused by susceptible strains of gram-positive and gram-negative microorganisms. Following this is the dosage form, which is the pharmaceutical form of the preparation. Some example of dosage form are tablets, capsules, solutions, suspensions, lozenges, creams, paste, and many more. Next is the mode of administration. This is the site and manner of the product is to be introduced into or applied on the body. In our product, it says here that it is an oral dose. Another example would be through parenterally and through injection and some more. Then the warnings. This is the statements regarding the occurrence of potential hazards and side effects associated with the use of the product and the limitation of its use. Next is the contraindications, which says these are the conditions wherein the use of the product may cause harm to the patient. Next is the precautions. This is the instruction and special care required in the use of the product to avoid undesired effects and to ensure safe and effective use of the product. We should remember that when we say warnings, ito yung in Filipino which is babala. Example is death if given to a pregnant woman. Now, when we say contraindication, ito naman yung bawal. Again, yung warning, babala. Ang contraindication is bawal. For example, hypersensitivity to losartan or other sulfonamide-derived drug. And next is the, when we say precaution, ito yung pag-iingat. For example, observe patient for possible sign of fluid or electrolyte imbalance. Now, moving on, the next one is the date of manufacture. This is the date, month and year during which processing of the bulk product from which the goods are to be filled is completed. Next is the batch number. This is any distinctive combination of letters and or numbers assigned to a particular batch. Any product produced during a given cycle of manufacture. Next, the lot number. Any distinctive combinations of letters and or number assigned to a particular lot portion of the batch. So, the batch number, that is the bigger one, while the lot number is like when we say the lot number, this is the exact number of the product. We have here the lot number, the date of manufacture, and the expiration date. Next is the net content. This is the total amount, quantity, number of the dosage form in a certain container of a product expressed in metric system. In this medicine, it said that it has 60 ml. Following is the storage condition. It is the prevailing specified range temperature, humidity, and other environmental factors within which optimal stability of the product is ensured based on laboratory data. Some of this is cool and room temperature, which is 25 degrees Celsius. Next is the principal display panel. This is the part of a label that is most likely to be displayed, presented, shown, or examined under the customary conditions of display for retail use. Here is the principal display panel, while here, the side one, we called it the side panel. Now that we got all our definitions done, we can now proceed to the minimum mandatory information included in the labeling materials, which includes the following: name of the product, dosage form and strength, pharmacologic category, the Rx symbol if it is a prescription drug, name and complete address of the manufacturer or trader, net content, formulation, indication, contraindication, precaution, warning, mode of administration, batch and lot number, manufacturer and expiry date, registration number, storage condition, and Food, Drugs, Devices, and Cosmetics Act prohibits dispensing without prescription. Again, if the drug is a prescription drug. Furthermore, all the information required to appear on the label should meet the following requirements, where it should be written in English or Filipino. Next is it should be clearly and prominently displayed and readable with normal vision, without straining the color contrast with the position and spacing of the information taken into the consideration. For the principal display panel, it should contain the name of the product, generic and or brand name, the dosage form and strength, pharmacology category, Rx symbol if it is a prescription drug, name and complete address of the manufacturer and trader, and lastly, the net content, comprising 40% of the total surface area of the container. But there are also exemptions for rectangular containers and circular or triangular containers. In this example, we have here the generic name, the brand name, the dosage form and strength, the pharmacology category, the Rx symbol, the name and complete address of the manufacturer and trader, and as well as the net content. Now, we can move on to the label of the immediate container outside of the principal display panel that contains the following, which are formulation, indication, mode of administration or direction for use, batch and lot number, manufacturer and expiry date, registration number, storage condition, Food, Drugs, Devices, and Cosmetics Act prohibits dispensing without prescription if this is a prescription drug, and other information and additional detail shall appear on the labeling materials such as leaflets, inserts, or wrapper cartons. Here is the immediate container or the immediate container outside of the principal display or the side panel. I have here the leaflet. Furthermore, in labeling pharmaceutical products, each have specific requirements that should be met to be approved. For example, in the aspect of the generic name, it must be prominently printed in highest font size, and it must be enclosed in an outline box that is printed in full. In addition, the background color inside the box should be the same color as the background color outside the box. In contrast to this, the brand name should be the same font as the color of the generic name with the point size smaller. Appearing below the generic name, and it does not have similarities with the generic name such as the background color and print format. Here we have the generic name that is box and the brand name below the generic name. For the background color, we have the same color inside the box and as well as outside the box. Moving on to the RX symbol that is seen here, here in the principal display panel. The specificities that it requires are that it should be a contrasting color to the background, with overprinting or superimposition provided that it will not result in rendering the other required information in a less legible manner. The print format of an RX symbol is a type size not longer than 1/5 of the height of the principal display panel. You can see here that it has contrasting color and the RX symbol is very legible. Lastly, when we see that a medication has a red label in which it is compounded, not manufactured, it means that it is only applied externally, which means that the indication of the words for external use only is important. The appropriate print format for these labels are as follows. And when we see a white label, this means that this medication is or should be taken orally. And that's all, everyone. I hope you learned the different parts and or requirements of a label of a drug, namely the name of the product, dosage form and strength, pharmacologic category, the RX symbol, name and complete address of the manufacturer or trader, and net content, and etc. Again, this is Christian Hartswing. Have a good day, everyone, and goodbye.